now the latest on October 1st around the wide world of tropics. Here's your tropical weather bulletin. 2 hurricane-strength storms are still active around the world tonight. Lorenzo has strengthened again in the central Atlantic, and Mitag is weakening off the coast of China. Narda, also a tropical storm again, along the coast of Mexico. Those 3 systems shaping up today's bulletin. Day 122 in the Atlantic, Lorenzo, by our estimates, now back up to Category 3 status with winds of 115 miles per hour. In the Eastern Pacific, day 139, Narda is into the Gulf of California, probably won't last too much longer before weakening again and moving inland. And Mitag off the coast of China weakened a little bit, and it's probably downhill from here. 92W, not far from the international dateline. No systems are active in the southern hemisphere at this time. It's all quiet here. The main feature, naturally, is Hurricane Lorenzo. We're giving it 115 mph winds and a pressure of 951 millibars, owing to fantastic satellite appearance once again at plus 10 degrees Celsius I, surrounded by good cloud tops. 821 miles from Flores, Portugal, the Azores that is, 31.2 north, 41.8 degrees west. So the Lorenzo saga is continuing. Hurricane warnings in effect for the western islands of the Azores. And this is what it's looking like over the next few days, passing very close to those western islands as a significant hurricane, and then weakening, turning post-tropical before moving over the British Isles later this week into the weekend, eventually ending up into the North Sea. Typhoon Mitag has winds of 90 miles per hour and a pressure of 972 millibars by our estimates. Weakening looks to be occurring rather quickly at the moment. 91 miles east of Taizhou, China, 28.3 north, 122.9 degrees east. Mitag is expected to proceed towards the north. Not quick movement initially, but that will change soon by the time we get to Tuesday, Wednesday, moving through Korea, probably still as a tropical storm, then turning post-tropical before or during its Japanese passage by the time we get to the end of the week there as well. Here's some satellite imagery showing the visible of Lorenzo along with the shear depictions overlaid there. Wind shear staying fairly low, 15 knots or so, so that is still favourable for Lorenzo, and that's why it's done better in the last few hours. Certainly seems to me that that's the case, although it will begin to rise pretty soon. Wide shot of the Atlantic today, Lorenzo getting ever larger, as you can see on that imagery. Quite a significantly sized hurricane, we know that for sure. Stage 6 on the CDPS. Elsewhere, there's 1 or 2 little disturbances hanging around the Caribbean area and the Greater Antilles. National Hurricane Center have tagged those with potential chances for development in the next 5 days. The Gulf of Mexico itself is looking fairly quiet at this time, apart from a few thunderstorms on land. The Eastern Pacific, Tropical Storm Narda is quite visible there into the Gulf of California. Convection from the storm still over parts of Mexico, so we still have that potential for flash flooding problems, especially after we had the previous storm. That name escapes me at the moment. I think that was Lorena, and over the Central Pacific it is fairly quiet at this point too. Over in the Western Pacific, things looking quiet again. You've got that invest now though, 92W, that's sort of towards the right hand side of your screen, low latitude, and further west not much going on apart from the typhoon, of course, which is moving up towards the north, taking a very familiar track that we've seen from a lot of storms this year so far. In Australia and South Pacific region, looking a little bit more active. Quite a few thunderstorms blowing up over the Solomon Islands, over Papua New Guinea, and further east. The Indian Ocean looking like this as well. A few disturbances occurring over land. The Indian Meteorological Department did declare tropical depression 3 not so long ago. Well, that was yesterday. Still over land though. Sea surface temperatures very warm still along the eastern coast, the western coast of Mexico. That would be 30 degrees Celsius plus where Narda is. The western Gulf looking good. The western Caribbean very warm. That's the hotspot of the Atlantic right now. You can quite clearly see the trail left behind by Lorenzo. It's still over around 27 degrees Celsius waters, so that will be good for it for another day or so. Indian Ocean warm, Western Pacific also fairly warm, but you can see where Mitag is right now. It is over marginal waters, so it's no surprise that it's starting to struggle, and it's going to struggle even more over time. Further east, where 92W is, it's looking very good for that storm temperature-wise. So here is Mitag. Its eye, it did have one not so long ago, passed very close to the eastern tip of the northern tip of Taiwan, and is now skirting past the coast of China. Whether it makes a landfall or not there remains to be seen, but it is starting to lose itself quite a bit, and this is what Lorenzo's been looking like over the last few hours as well. The storm's starting to move towards the northeast, and it is still looking very good, especially on the infrared imagery, where it's got cloud tops of -60s, -70s, wrapping all the way around the eye, which is currently +10 degrees Celsius. This is what we're looking at right now. The next names on the naming list in the Atlantic, it's Melissa. The Eastern Pacific, we're looking out for Octave. In the Central Pacific, the next name on the list one is Ima. Over in the Western Pacific now, the next name there is Hagibis, and in the Indian Ocean, the North Indian Ocean, it's Kiyar. You can find Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com with the latest, our YouTube page, search Force 13 all in text, and subscribe if you haven't so far. And you can find us on Facebook and Twitter as well under the same name, and you can get in touch with us on there too. That's all for now. Again, we'll have another tropical weather bulletin tomorrow night. You can also help the project become even better by becoming a patron. You can see more information about all the benefits involved by visiting patreon.com/force13. With a special thanks to these people for being our most valued patrons this month. You can also check out our growing merch store so you can show Force 13's colors wherever you go. You can also find a link to our Discord server underneath this video in the description.